Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Saryo Gipari. Di sini saya akan mengerjakan lab 1, yaitu Introduction to AWS IAM untuk mata kuliah Cloud Computing. Jadi yang pertama itu ada AWS Identity and Access Management or IAM is a web service that enable Amazon Web Service atau AWS customers to manage users and user permission in AWS. With IAM, EAM, you can centrally manage user security credential, such as access key and permission that control which AWS resource users can access. Jadi di AWS Identity Access Management itu IAM ini itu web service yang mengaktifkan AWS untuk supaya customer itu nge-manage user dan juga permisi izinnya. Dengan IAM ini kita bisa mensentralkan user dan juga security credentialnya seperti access key dan juga izin yang mengatur AWS mana yang bisa diakses. Lab overview and objective. Ini ada mapnya. Yang pertama itu exploring pre-created IAM users and groups, inspecting IAM policies, and apply to the pre-created groups following a real-world scenario, adding users to groups with specific capabilities enabled, locating and using the IAM sign-in URL, and last, experimenting with the effects of police on service access. Jadi yang pertama itu ada mengeksplorasi pre-created IAM user dan group. Yang kedua itu menginspeksi IAM policies, policies. Peraturan yang diterapkan pada pre-created group, lalu mengikuti real world scenario, menambahkan user ke group dengan spesifik capability. Yang keempat itu mengalokasikan dan juga menggunakan IAM sign-in URL, dan yang terakhir itu bereksperimen dengan efek dari peraturan yang ada pada service access. AWS service restrictions. In this lab environment, access to AWS service and service actions might be restricted to the ones that are needed to complete the lab instruction. You might encounter errors if you attempt to access other service or perform actions beyond the ones that are described in this lab. Jadi di lab environment ini kita akan mengakses AWS service dan juga service action itu bakal bakal dibatasi untuk ke orang yang menjadi yang dibutuhkan saja, mengikuti lab instruction. Jadi di sini ada AWS Identity and Access Management. AWS Identity and Access Management can be used to manage IAM users and their access. You can create users and assign them individual security credential, access key, password, and multi-factor authentication device. You can manage permission to control which operation a user can perform. Manage IAM roles and their permissions. An IAM role is similar to an user in that it is an AWS identity with permission policies that determine what the identity can and cannot do in AWS. However, instead of being uniquely associated with the one person, a role is intended to be assumable by anyone who needs it. And last, manage federated users and their permissions. You can enable identity federation to allow existing user in an enterprise to access the AWS Management Console, to call AWS APIs, and to access resource without the need to create an IAM user for each identity. Jadi yang pertama itu manage IAM user dan juga aksesnya mereka. Kedua itu manage IAM roles, itu apa ya? Roles dan juga permisi. Yang ketiga itu manage federated user dan juga permission mereka. Duration, this lab takes approximately 40 minutes to complete. Jadi kita klik ini. Jadi di sini accessing the AWS Management Console. At the top of this instruction, choose Start Lab. Itu the Start Lab. Ini udah mulai waktunya. A timer display at the top page that show the time remaining in the session. To refresh session link anytime, choose Start Lab again before the time reaches 0. Before you continue, wait until circle icon to the right of the AWS link in the upper left corner turns green. Ini udah hijau, oke kita pencet. Udah muncul juga. To connect the AWS Management Console, choose the AWS link in the upper left corner. A new browser tab open connects you to the console. Ini kita udah terhubung ke konsolnya. Arrange the AWS Management Console tab to display alongside with this instruction. Ideally, you will be able to see both browser tab at the same time. Oke, hubungkan. Selesai. Getting credit for your work. At the end of this lab, you will be instructed to submit the lab to receive a score based on your progress. Jadi yang pertama, text 1, explore the users and group. In this task, you will explore the users group and that have already been created to you in IAM. 4. In the search box to the right of service, search for and choose IAM to open IAM console. In the search box, search IAM. Ini kita pilih IAM to open IAM console. In the navigation pane on the left, choose users to the following IAM users have been created for you. 1, 2, 3. The following IAM users have been created for you. User 1, user 2, user 3. Itu lihat dulu. Ini kayak EC2 admin, EC2 support, dan S3 support. Choose the user 1 link. Navigation pane on the left. User 1. Choose the user 1 link. This will bring the summary page for user 1. The permission that tab will be displayed. Notice that user 1 doesn't have any permission. Tidak punya izin. Choose the group tabs and user 1 also is not a member of any groups. Sini dia juga bukan anggota grup manapun. Yang ke-9, choose the security credential tab. User 1 assign console password. Security credential. Credential tab and console password. From group have been created for you. And then navigation pane on the left. Just the security credential. Console password. In the navigation pane on the left, choose user group. User group mana? Kita bisa lihat ini ada nih EC2 admin, EC2 support, dan juga S3 support. Ini sama. Choose the EC2 support in the group link. This will bring you to the summary page of the EC2 support group. Sini kita bisa lihat informasi dari EC2 support. Choose the permission tab. Permission. The group has managed policy associated with it, called Amazon EC2 read-only access. Managed policies are pre-built policies that can be attached to IAM users and groups. When the policy is updated, the changes to the policy are immediately applied against all users and groups that are attached to the policy. Jadi di sini kita this group has a managed policy associated with it called Amazon EC2 read-only access. Ini. Choose the plus icon next to the Amazon EC2 read-only. This plus oh ini. Policy defines that action are allowed and denied. Ini kita bisa lihat di sini mana yang allow, mana yang denied. Spice. The policy is granting permission to the list and describe information about EC2, electric load balancing, cloud watch, and auto scaling. Its ability to view this resource but not modify them is ideal to assign to a support role. The basic structure of the statement in IAM policy is effect says whether to allow or deny the permission. To action specifies the API calls that can be made against an AWS service. And last, a resource defines the scope of entities covered by the policy rule, e.g. a specific Amazon S3 bucket or Amazon EC2 instance. Di sini setelah kita pencet plus, itu choose the manage icon to hide the policy details. Ini kita setelah kita close, ini kita close ya, minimize. Setelah kita minimize, itu in the navigation pane on the left choose user group. Udah. Choose S3 support. Choose this permission. The S3 to support group has the Amazon S3 read-only access. Ini choose the S3 support group and the support has the policy attached. Nah ini policy udah kita ada juga. Klik plus icon, ini udah plus. Policy details, the policy grant permission to get and list resource in Amazon S3. Choose the minus icon to hide the policy details. Kita tutup lagi. Setelah kita tutup, in the navigation pane on the left, choose the user group. Choose the EC2 admin, group link, and then choose the permission tab. Different from the other two, instead of a managed policy, it has an inline policy with the EC policy assigned to just one user or group. Inline policies are typically used to apply permission for one-off situation. Choose the plus icon to view the policy details. There's different. Choose the minus icon to hide the policy details. Kita plus lagi. Business scenario. For the remainder of this lab, you will work with this user and group to enable permission supporting the following business scenario. Your company is growing its use the Amazon Web Service and using many Amazon EC2 instance and a great deal of Amazon S3 storage. You wish to give access to a new staff depending upon their job function. Di sini kita ngebuat user 1, 2 yang udah ada, itu dimasukkan ke dalam grup dan juga dikasih permissionnya apa. Jadi di sini user 1 itu di grup S3 support dan juga permisinya itu hanya read only access to Amazon S3. Di user 2 itu masuk ke grup EC2 support, and permission is same like user 1, read only access to Amazon EC2, and user 3 EC2 admin, view start and stop Amazon EC2 instance. Jadi kita udah ada tabelnya ini kan. Jadi kita bakal masukin user 1 ke grup dan juga ngasih permisinya. Dan kita lakuin juga ke user 1, 2, 3. Task 2, add user to group. You have the recently hired user 1 into a role where they provide support to Amazon S3. You will add them to the S3 support group so that they inherit the necessary permission via the Amazon S3 read-only access policy. You can ignore a not authorized error that appear during this task. They are caused by your lab account having limited permission and will not impact your ability to complete this lab. Jadi kita bakal ikutin yang di sini. Yang pertama-tama itu ada in this the left navigation pane, choose user group, choose S3 support, choose user lab and tab, and use in the user tab choose add user. In the add user to S3 support, select user 1. User 1. Oh. Add user jika sudah kita telah ditambahkan berhasil, kita masuk ke add user 2 to the EC2 support group. You have the hired user 2 into a role where they will provide support for Amazon EC2. Jadi kita bakal masukin juga ke MM. Using similar step to the ones above, add user 2 to the EC2 support group. User 2 should now be part of the EC2 support group. Using similar step to the ones above, add user 2, jadi kita masukin ke EC2 support. Kita masuk ke EC2 support, kita masuk ke pengguna, tambahkan pengguna. Kita masukin user, kita masukin user 2. Yang terakhir, add user 3 to the EC2 admin group. Kita masuk ke EC2 admin. Hire user 3 as your Amazon EC2 administrator. Using similar step, one above, and add user 3 to the admin group. Pengguna kita tambahkan user 3. Sudah berhasil, kita lanjut ke navigation pane user group. Each group should now have a 1 in the user column, indicating the number of users in each group. If you do not have a 1 beside each group, revisit to above instruction to ensure that each user is assigned to a user group as shown in the table in the business scenario section. Jadi di navigation pane di left itu ada user group, dan setiap group itu punya masing-masing satu pengguna. Ketiga, task 3, sign in and test user. In this task, you will test the permission of each IAM user. In the navigation pane on the left, choose the dashboard. A sign-in URL for IAM users in this icon link is displayed on the right. It will look similar to HTTPS ini. This link can be used sign in to AWS account you are currently using. Jadi di dashboard kita klik a sign URL IAM user in this account. Ini kita screenshot. Setelah itu copy the sign URL for IAM user in this account to a text editor. Segini. Ke sini. Open and private incognito windows. Kita pakai Chrome, you choose the ellipsis top right on the screen, select new incognito windows. Paste the IAM user singing to klik. Jika sudah muncul seperti ini, kita masukin paste IAM user singing to address. Next, you will sign in as user 1 who has been hired as your Amazon S3 storage support staff. IAM username-nya itu user 1. Ini ya. Dan juga ininya itu lab password 1. Jika sudah, in the search box of the type of service, search for and choose S3. Gimana? Search box to review like service. Di sini di nomor 36 search box itu kita cari service. Service. Search for and choose drag of service. And choose for the S3 to open the S3 console. Kemana tuh ya search box on the right? Search for choose S3 services. Search box on the left and on the right. Harusnya sih ini services. Situ berikutnya. Di situ service in the left navigation bar choose. Kita di sebelah kiri kita pilih choose instance. Kok susah pakai bahasa Indonesia. When choose instance, you cannot see instance. Instead, you see a message that says you are unauthorized with this operation. This because this user has not been granted any permission to access Amazon EC2. Jadi kita bakal sign in sebagai user 2 yang dimana itu di hire sebagai Amazon EC2 support. Jadi kita bakal logout. Keluar. Sync in user, ini kita bakal masuk sebagai user 2. Ini passwordnya, sign in. Masuk in the search box of the right service, search for and choose EC2 to the open EC2 console. Mana situ? Right of services, oh ini. Services, search for EC2. Sudah, kita udah masuk ke dalam sini, kita bisa lanjut ke in the search box, in the gateway. Oh ini sumber daya. Mungkin ya screenshot dulu. In the navigation pane on the left, choose instance. Instance. Able to see an Amazon EC2 instance because you have a read-only permission. However, you will not able to make any change Amazon EC2 resource if you cannot be Amazon. For example, in Virginia, select the instance name lab host. In the instance state. Ini apa? Terus saya Indonesia. Stop instance. Windows select stop. In the stop. Ini kan. Set state menu stop instance. Instance menu off. Apa ini? Terus kita pilih stop. Tindakan mana stopnya? Misalnya kita matiin. Instance state menu stop instance. Ini. Nggak ada ya? Sini. Instance state. Select the name instance, name lab pause. In the instance state menu above, select stop instance. Instance state. Instance status kita gantikan instance. Ini. Sudah, kita lanjut ke nomor 47. Choose the X to close the file stop the instance. Close. Next, check if user 2 can access Amazon S3. In the search box on the right of service, search for and services. Search services. And choose S3. S3. Nah, ini guys, seperti kita sudah bisa mengakses S3. You will see the message you don't have permission to release bucket because user 2 doesn't have permission to access Amazon S3. You will now sign in as user 3 who have been hired as your Amazon S2 administrator. Jadi kita keluar, sign out. Setelah sign out, paste the user sign in and press enter. Oh. Ini masukin user 3. in the search box on the right of service, search for and choose ECO2. Kita pilih search box ECO2. The navigation pane on the left, choose instance. As an IC ini seperti kita lakukan sama seperti yang di user 2 tadi. Kita pilih administrator, select the instance name, web host. In the instance state menu, just stop instance. Kita pilih status instance, kita hentikan. Berhasil menghentikan. Close your private browser window. Kita close. Jika sudah submitting your work, kita coba submit. Yes. To record the progress, to submit and choose the end lab. Private browser tadi kita close. Oh, ini kita lewat satu. Oh, stop instance step. Ini ada yang kelewat kayaknya. Mungkin belum kita stop instance di status instance. Tapi ini sama yang kita lakuin seperti yang dilakuin di user 2. When the submitting your work, when the permitted choose yes, kita udah pilih submit. Terus to find detailed feedback about your work, submission report. Ini kita bisa lihat reportnya. Dan juga yang terakhir itu define lab complete. Congratulations, you have completed lab. Choose the end lab and click yes. And the conclusion, congratulations, you have now successfully explored pre-created IAM users and group, inspected IAM policies and applied to the pre-created groups, followed a real-world scenario, adding users to a group with specific capabilities enabled, locate and used the IAM sign-in URL, experimented with the effect of policies on service access. Oke, segitu saja mungkin dari lab 1 untuk cloud computing. Saya akhiri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.